Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time for this presentation. The holidays can be stressful at baseline, and so adding cancer on top of it can increase your stress. I am here to help hopefully provide some guidance on how to best cope with the stressors of the holiday season. My name is Tara Kalamchi. I am a clinical social worker at Dana-Farber. I earned my master's degree from Columbia University in 2014. My career initially started out working with children, first on the autism spectrum, and then I transitioned to pediatric oncology, where I worked for several years before transitioning then to adult oncology when I started at the Farber last December. In my current role, I provide supportive counseling to our patients who have lymphoma throughout the cancer treatment journey, and that includes our cutaneous lymphoma population, as well as those who are preparing for and recovering from a bone marrow transplant or CAR T cell therapy. So, my first recommendation would be to check in with where you are. Talk to your medical team. See if there are any recommendations that they have about social gatherings or any limitations that they might want you to be mindful of. Check in with yourself about any physical limitations that can help inform what you may or may not be able to do. Assess your energy levels. Fatigue can be a huge issue, so please be mindful and protective of your energy. I would also check in about the financial burden that can come with the holiday season. Communicate with your partner and loved ones about what it is that you need. And also identify the activities or the people who recharge your battery. What would feel good to you, and prioritize those ones. Again, prioritizing your wants and needs. You do not need to operate at full capacity. Okay, I'm going to say that again, especially for those who are inherent caregivers. You do not need to operate at full capacity. If you're used to hosting and decorating, gift giving, cooking, baking, you do not need to keep up with what you've been able to do in the past. You need to take into consideration where you are right now, and it's okay to say, I can't do everything. Okay? It is not selfish to ask for what you need. Again, protect your energy, really figure out how to capitalize on the energy that you do have, and identify the people you truly want to see. Not those who you might feel obligated to see, but the people who you actually enjoy their company and spending time with. I would prioritize those individuals. And communicate your boundaries to loved ones. All you can do is manage expectations about what you may or may not be able to do. It is not your responsibility to manage other people's emotions or how they respond to your needs. Boundary setting with family members is a challenge. So I will say it's easier said than done, especially during the holiday season, because holidays are stressful, cancer is stressful, COVID is stressful, and families can be an incredible source of stress. So be kind to yourself. Again, prioritize what you need and communicate that with your loved ones. Sometimes we don't do that because we fear disappointing others or asking for too much. You are not asking for too much. It is okay to ask for what you need. It's more than okay. It's important and necessary because you have to take care of yourself first. These are just a few examples of how you can establish boundaries with loved ones. So let's say someone is hosting a holiday dinner. If you don't have the energy or bandwidth to participate in that dinner, maybe you provide them a time frame where you can go earlier in the afternoon, or you see them a day before or day after, but you can be more selective of your time and, again, how you spend your energy and with whom. You can also, if you have any expectations or worries about COVID, communicate that. Ask if you want people to wear masks or get tested beforehand. You can always ask, and then it's up to the other people to honor that request. Hopefully they will tell you if they don't feel comfortable doing that, so that way you at least have the information and you can decide whether or not you want to engage in that social activity if people aren't taking the precautions that you had requested. Again, if you hosted before, suggest a potluck. Say, I can't do what I used to do, but I can bring a bottle of wine or a dessert to dinner, whatever it might be. Again, if there's a budget restriction, say, let's do a gift exchange instead of getting gifts for everyone. Okay, that way you're still participating in the joy that can come with giving others gifts without stretching your budget too far. And tell your family, if you don't want to talk about cancer, you don't have to. Just because someone asks you a question either about your cancer diagnosis or your treatment, it does not mean that they are entitled to any information about your care. You can always just say, thank you so much for asking about how I'm doing. I would really love to kind of stay present and enjoy the holiday season without talking about my cancer. Your emotional well-being is of utmost importance, even outside of the holiday season. But there can be a lot of pressure in the next few weeks, 2 months or so ahead, to be joyful and merry. You may not feel joyful or merry, and that's okay. Holidays can often trigger feelings of loneliness or isolation, and that is where checking in with yourself and figuring out what you need is going to be really important. So connecting with loved ones, connecting with support groups, so talking with other patients who have cancer who are also trying to navigate the holiday season can be incredibly validating. For many people, the idea of a new year can be very scary. Share those feelings with loved ones with whom you feel emotionally safe. Okay? If you're tearful, that's okay. Tears can be cathartic. And on the flip side, you are allowed to laugh or to make a joke, and that's okay. Humor is wonderful medicine, and if you don't find the levity in certain situations, you'll go crazy. So it's okay to make a joke or to laugh. It's okay to ask for help. Just because you can do something on your own does not mean you have to. Okay. In terms of traditions, identify those that are most important to you or the ones that you really enjoy. If modifications are needed, talk to loved ones. See if they can help you tweak it in a way that you're still able to engage in this tradition that you love. You can also create new traditions. So again, I know I've mentioned the potluck dinner, a gift exchange. If you have children or grandchildren and you normally bake or make a gingerbread house and that just feels too taxing, suggest coloring, making snowflakes and taping them up to your windows, whatever it might be, but think creatively about how you can still engage in festive activities, but those activities are still being mindful and protective of your energy. Capitalize on the energy that you do have. If you don't want to travel or see family, that's okay. We can love our family and not like them. So you can still connect with them, whether it's phone calls, video calls, writing letters, holiday cards, whatever it might be. Do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Online shopping, gift wrapping, all of that is exhausting. And if you need assistance, it's okay, again, to ask for help. And if there are local establishments that you want to buy gifts from and you don't really feel comfortable maybe going in person, I recommend calling them, seeing if they can provide some assistance over the phone. Sometimes they'll be able to, charge your purchases and someone can come pick them up later. So that way you're not actually around other people or taking the time and energy needed to actually shop. Sometimes patients can focus on how much cancer has changed their lives and what cancer has taken away. This could be an opportunity where you can reframe these changes. So this could be a chance where you develop new traditions. Again, you can get your younger kids involved or grandchildren. Being able to communicate your needs and wants with loved ones can also help them understand where you're coming from in your experience, and that in turn can build a stronger relationship and connection with people that are closest to you. This also is an opportunity where you can learn how to advocate for yourself. Especially for people who are used to caring for others, this can be really hard and it doesn't come easily. So it's like a muscle that needs exercise. So advocate for yourself, tell people what you need and want, and learn to prioritize yourself because you are important. Self-care. This goes for everybody, regardless of the holiday season. Carve out time for yourself. You deserve it. It could be 10 minutes a day. I hope more, but if it's only 10 minutes, totally fine. But find something that either brings you peace or helps get you grounded or brings you joy. Do something for yourself. Also, try to maintain your sleep schedule. That's going to be incredibly important in terms of helping your mood throughout the stressful season, as well as lack of sleep can impact your appetite and all of that. So your sleep schedule is going to be incredibly important. Enjoy your holiday foods and beverages and the things that you love, but balance it out with some healthier options as well, or incorporate the foods that are part of your typical diet. Again, seek out help and support through loved ones and support groups. They will be there to help support you emotionally. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. I think for a lot of patients, especially those who I talk to who have cutaneous lymphoma, sometimes doubt whether their cancer is quote unquote real or valid because of how it presents. It's a little bit different than what people might recognize as being a cancer diagnosis. But know that your experience and your diagnosis is real and valid, and how you're feeling about this experience is valid. Okay? There are many things that are outside of your control, so focus on what is within your control. Again, identifying the people that you actually want to spend time with, the traditions that you really enjoy. Prioritize those aspects of the holiday season so you're doing something for yourself. There is no right or wrong way to feel about the holidays. It can be a complex time. So again, carving out that space for yourself to check in with loved ones, do what you need to do to get through it. That's okay to prioritize your needs. Do whatever it is that you need to do. Okay? If you find yourself feeling incredibly stressed, try to take a step back, take a breath, and remind yourself that you're doing your best, and that's enough. For loved ones of those with cancer, I recommend having ongoing conversations with them, checking in with them. How are they feeling? Are they feeling very fatigued? What can you do to help them? Prioritize, again, the people that bring you joy, the people or traditions that they actually want to participate in, and figure out if any modifications are needed to help make sure your loved one with cancer is part of the holiday season. Don't exclude them from activities. You can invite them, but also respect their decision if they decide to decline. And sometimes just listening, an empathic ear, and validation is all that's needed. You do not have to fix everything. And if you're not sure if your loved one is looking for a solution, ask. This sounds very cliche, but I'm going to say it anyway. Remember the true meaning of the holiday season. Refocus on what is important and meaningful to you. It's okay to say no. It's okay to be selective. Do your best to stay in the moment so that you can enjoy the time with your loved ones. It's okay to reach out for help and ask for support, whether that's through family, through your medical team, if you have a social worker, if you need to connect with others through support groups. There are plenty of resources out there. If you need help accessing them, talk to your team. Again, slow down, take a breath. You're doing great. This is tough stuff. You're doing your best, and that's more than enough. These are a few websites that have information about coping with cancer and stress during the holiday season. I also included an app called Headspace that offers guided meditations, but there is a monthly fee. YouTube also has a plethora of meditative videos as well for free. I thank you all for being here. I thank the Cutaneous Lymphoma Foundation for having me. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me via email if you need anything or if you have questions. I'm always happy to help. Thank you.